There's restaurants in Chicago that specialize in Southern food, but most of them tend to stick to the same script: fried catfish or chicken, biscuits, and a plate of shrimp and grits.
But our Hungry Hound says there's a new restaurant in Wicker Park where they're focusing on the food from the Mississippi Delta, a region that few kitchens tend to know much about.
Yeah, Steve Dolinsky is here now with the taste. Hey, Steve.
Hey guys, the chef at the Delta spent time on the ground in Mississippi eating and researching before planning his menu. The result is a very distinctive taste of the South with a unique perspective minus the usual cliches. You'd expect to find pimento cheese and fried green tomatoes in a Southern restaurant. Even the succotash, with its charred corn, piquillo peppers, patty pan squash, and wax beans, it screams Southern home cooking. But the food and drink at the Delta in Wicker Park has a very particular point of view, as all of the recipes and inspirations stem from the Mississippi Delta region.
They say starts in the lobby of the Peabody Hotel in Memphis and goes all the way down to Vicksburg, or Catfish Row as it's called down there.
Tamales in Chicago usually rely on hominy since they're influenced by Mexican cooks. But here, they're made with cornmeal.
There's no hominy flour in it. We're just using straight stone ground grits, and they are actually simmered instead of steamed.
These are no tom-toms, Southsiders. Here, they're using ground brisket, onions, chili powder, and tomatoes, simmering them in tomato broth. There's also a vegan and gluten-free version, too. A fried rice is cooked with bacon fat and eggs, topped with rich wedges of seared pork belly. Wendt says he ran into a third-generation catfish farmer in a bar while doing his research, which led to a delicious connection.
It's light, fluffy, succulent. It's not muddy. So yeah, basically we just baste it in a little bit of butter and lemon and throw it on the grill.
Cocktails are also Southern-inspired. A Lewis bag is used to whack and crush ice, using it in all sorts of refreshing drinks, spiked with rum, bourbon, or gin. Cooking Southern food is not new in Chicago, of course, but Wendt says it was important to try to replicate the flavor combinations from the Delta for a Chicago clientele.
That was honestly the biggest challenge, was kind of reverse engineering things that they do down there and making it as authentic as possible.
I'm so hungry already.
I know.
They brought us a couple of dishes here. You were trying the tamales. We'll talk about 1 second. First, this is the fried rice. There's a little bacon fat and egg. The beautiful pork belly is crisped up on top there with some sesame. I love this one.
Delicious.
Over here, this is classic Southern fried green tomatoes with pimento cheese, but there's a real nice succotash and some charred onion powder. You don't see that very often in Southern menus. And this tamale you're having, again, it's more grit-based cornmeal as opposed to hominy, which we typically see in Chicago.
Yep.
Much more Southern, and there's a little bit of brisket inside. They also have a gluten-free, a vegan version as well. Okay?
Love it.
All right, you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little hot sauce is
Really
okay for you?
Perfect.
It's a